Diamonds, Glamour and Bingo. Written and read by Dominic Finley. Prologue. One day, just before Christmas, in the northern English market town of Chorley in Lancashire, the telephone rang in the office of Vegas Entertainments. The owner of this particular entertainment agency was a man named Jeff Halpin, who was sporting a neat little beard and carefully parted brill-creamed hair and wearing a Harris tweed jacket over a white shirt and brown tie. He reached across the messy desk and picked up the telephone. The caller was local music shop owner Norman Muggeridge, who was also a Neil Diamond tribute act. "I can't deal with you now, Norman. Things aren't going well today," said Jeff, in his usual grumpy manner. "Together Forever have split up. They were my best cabaret duo. I've just cancelled all the bookings," Jeff continued. Norman laughed. "It's not bloody funny. I'll have to find someone to cover all their gigs," snapped Jeff abruptly. "Sorry, Jeff," Norman replied apologetically. "I was just laughing at the irony of the situation. You know, they're called Together Forever, and they've split up," Norman concluded. There was an awkward silence, and Jeff Halpin clearly didn't get the joke. He didn't even crack a smile. Chapter 1. It was a rainy Monday morning in Chorley, and Norman Muggeridge emerged from a 26-year-old Volvo with an overflowing ashtray to face another day as the owner of Northwest Music, a small musical instrument store on the edge of town. He gave a tense shiver as he fumbled around in his rucksack for his keys with his icy cold fingers before unlocking the iron roller shutter. Then, with a grunt and a groan, he lifted the heavy shutter and opened up the shop. He turned on the lights and the seldom-used cash till, along with the electric blow heater, which filled the air with a slight whiff of burning plastic, and then slumped himself down into an armchair behind the counter. Hey presto! Another day in shitty paradise, Norman thought to himself. But why was there so much negativity in Norman's attitude today? After all, his Christmas Eve gig at the Blessed Sacrament Club had gone extremely well. In fact, Norman Muggeridge, aka Nearly Diamond, was fast becoming one of the most sought-after Neil Diamond tribute acts on the Lancashire working men's club circuit. So why was he so depressed? Well, Norman did have a reason for feeling down in the dumps on this rainy Monday morning, and yes, you've guessed it, there was a woman involved. Norman had been dumped only 2 days before by his girlfriend, Sue, and on Christmas Day of all days. As Norman was reminiscing over the good times he and Sue had shared together, a large man standing at 6'2" swung the door open and entered the shop. The man, who was wearing thick-rimmed glasses, was Brian, Norman's partner in crime. Both were at the age of 45 and had been firm friends since meeting at high school in 1966. Were together, they had played in a childhood band called Going Places. The name of the band in itself was ironic, because in fact the furthest place they got to was Ramsbottom. The two had remained good friends ever since, and at this point in time had been running Northwest Music together for 11 years. They agreed on most things and had a similar outlook on life, although, to be honest, Brian had more of a spring in his step than Norman at the best of times, and even more so on a day like today.